Hello students, today we will discuss the poem Wind. It is written by Subramaniam Bharati and translated by A.K. Ramanujan. Subramaniam Bharati is a Tamil poet. He has written a number of beautiful poems. And A.K. Ramanujan, a Kannada poet, and he has translated a number of South Indian poems into English. In this poem, the poet talks to the wind. He described the destructive power of the wind. He has linked the destructive power of wind to the adverse situation of life. Means in this poem the wind is symbolizes for adverse situation or the trouble, the challenges of life. He says that the weak people break down, but the strong people come out from the adverse situation and become stronger. The poem conveys an important message that we should be mentally tough and physically strong in order to survive the hardship of life. The poet says we should be mentally and physically strong to face any challenges. A weak person breaks down like a weak building and crumbles. We must make this destructive force our friends with our strength and determination. So, let's start our poem. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutter of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weakling. In this stanza, the poet is talking to the wind. He asks the wind to come softly. The poet is saying that the wind should not be very strong or should not be very loud. It should be soft and stable. Then the poet says the wind is very destructive. It breaks the shutter of windows and scatters the papers. When the wind is very powerful, all the books which are kept on the shelf fall down and even tear the pages. So here the poet is describing the power of wind. The poet is describing how the wind is so destructive. Then he says to the wind to look at the destruction he had done. Whenever there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak like small plants, teeny children, etc., they all get scared and they can even fall and get hurt. When the strong wind comes, it also brings heavy rain. The poet says that you are very destructive for the weak things. You wash them away. Just like the problems come in our life, and if we are weak, it destroys our whole life and take all charming from our life. The next line, frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. In this stanza, the word crumbling means to fall or to be break something. The word crumbling is repeated many times to lay stress that everything crumbles at the face of strong wind. Means everything is break when the strong wind come. So the poet says when the wind is very powerful, it leads to breakage of everything. Houses which are weak fall, doors which are weak fall, the beams on which the roof of the building are supported or the foundation which support the roof, they also fall. all the wooden structure fall, all bodies of people fall, animals' lives and hearts also fall and break. So the poet is saying that everything is crumbles, everything is breaking, everything that is weak reacts by falling down and break due to the hard challenges of life. Here the poet is conveying a very good message that when something is weak from its foundation, it breaks easily. So we should always be strong in our life. When we are strong, no one can do any harm of us. So the poet says, whenever a weak person faces any adversities or difficult situation or challenges in life, he breaks down and falls. Just like the weak doors and weak buildings. If a building is not strong from its foundation, if the materials which are used in the buildings is not good, then it must be break when the strong winds will come. In the next line, the poet says, the wind god winnows and crosses them all. The poet is addressing the wind as wind god, and he is saying that the powerful god of wind is Winnows. It means he shifts all the people, and those who are weak fall down and get crushed. So here there is a comparison made between wheat and people. Just like the wind separates the grain from chaffs, like that the wind god separates the strong people from the weak people. When we are harvesting or when we are preparing the wheat, at that time the wind blows all the poor qualities or the chaffs from the wheat, and the wheat stay. Just like that, the wind god Winnow also separates the strong people from the weak people. When there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak fall and get crushed. Come to next lines. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the door firmly. Practice to form the body. Make the herd stead first. Do this, I and the wind will be friends with us. The poet suggests to make friends with the wind, that is the adverse situation or the complex situation in our life. The poet suggests that we should be friends with the complex situation. He says the problem will not listen to us. They will come. So we should be prepared in this situation. Means the poet simply says we cannot stop the problems. It must come. But we should make ourselves strong that much that we can face any problem at any moment. In this preparation, we should build strong homes and close the doors of houses firmly so that the wind cannot get into. It means the poet says we cannot stop the problems, but we can make ourselves strong, or we can build a strong house that and close the doors that the wind cannot come easily into the house. And then he says that we should also make our body strong and heart firm to face these challenges. Here the poet says we should prepare ourselves physically and mentally strong. When we are mentally and physically strong, we can face any challenges in our life. And once we are strong enough, all the challenges will be friends. we will not feel that they are troublesome. The poet says, once we make ourselves strong, no one can harm us. Everyone will be our friend. Means the challenges and the complex situation will not be a great problem for us. It will be the friend to us. The wind blows out weak first. He makes strong fires, roars, and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. The poet is comparing the wind to God. He says that wind is God and we should praise wind every day. He adds that everything that is weak gets finished off in the face of strong wind, and all the things that are strong flourish and glow to become stronger. The poet says that when the strong wind blew or come at that time, it washes away all the weak things. But the strong thing always exists. It faces the strong winds or the complex situation and stay at their own place. He is giving us a very important message that we should not feel bad that we are facing so many challenges and adversities in life. We should make ourselves physically and mentally strong to face the challenges. And once we are strong enough, we will overcome the challenges. We will become friends with them and then we will be happy that we had these challenges in our life because they help us become stronger and better. Here the poet says the strong wind or the problems which come in our life, they are not bad. They are our friends, because when we face a challenge and will succeed on it, we feel a satisfaction in that. Means when a child get first class in his examination by his own efforts, by his own quality, then he feels a satisfaction that yes, I could do that. Similarly, when we are facing challenges and we can solve all the problems by ourselves by using our own efforts, then it will give us a satisfaction that yes, I could do this. Yes, I can face any challenges in my life. So this is the message given by the poet in this poem. So student, let's come discuss some literary devices which are used in this poem. In this poem, anaphora is used. When the same word is repeated at the start of 2 or 3 consecutive lines, it is called anaphora. It means when a same word is used in the first line and in the second line, even in the third line, means in a consecutive line, then it is called anaphora. Similarly, in this poem, anaphora is used in line 2, 3, 4. All are begin with don't. Similarly, in line 6, 7 and 8, all these are begin with you. Students, in this poem, personification is also used. What is personification? When the poet compares a non-human being or an object with a human being, it is called personification. Wind has been personified or it is compared with the human being. When the poet says you are, he is referring to wind as you. Means the poet referring the wind as a human being. That means he is treating wind as a person. Repetition is another literary device which is used in this poem. When a same word is repeated again and again in the same line, it is called repetition. Here the word crumbling is repeated many times to give emphasis this word, or to show the importance of the word crumbling, and to give message the wind is crosses everything that is weak. Here the word crumbling is repeated again and again. The poet give emphasis the word crumbling. That's why he has repeated the word. Then come to alliteration. The repetition of the consonant sound in the same line is called alliteration. In the poem, the letter W is repeated similarly again and again in the same line, just like wind, winnows, won't, want. Symbolism is also used in this poem. What is symbolism? Symbolism is that to use a word to refer to other thing or to symbolize other thing. Example, in the poem, wind referred to or to symbolizes the challenges of life. The poet uses wind as a symbol for the adversities in our life. This is the poem, and we have explained this poem. So read this poem carefully and understand. Thank you.